To unfurl the magnificence that awaits us, the lovely pot of succulent oxtail married with those plump, slim little spinners and our two Majestic Kings Scotch bonnet pepper. Now I did add one in the beginning, but I added another one, an extra one, you know, because I'm just extra. Right. Ah. Smelling it is like tasting it. The Scotch bonnet peppers have wilted nicely and released that robust flavor that's indigenous and unique only to the Scotch bonnet pepper. I don't care. It could be country pepper, it could be bird pepper, habaneros, whatever. It's just not the same as Scotch bonnet. Right. So I'm going to show them to you because you need to see what they ought to look like. See that? Nice and wilted, but not burst. If this bursts in your pot, you might as well kiss it goodbye, because that inferno that lies beneath the skin is just, it's not for the meek and the mild tongue, honey. This is a whole different inferno. So you want to make sure that you just catch them on top so that they can just, you know, melt and yield nicely, and then you can just lift them out. You want to make sure that the stem is intact. If the stem is dislodged and it starts to do this thing, that means that that heat is escaping. So 10 minutes for simmer, and you want to quickly remove your Scotch bonnet. But I have to say that this is definitely very satisfactory pot of oxtail. And so now we are going to move on to our rice and peas, very famously known to everybody as rice and beans. So, well, of course it's a bean, but we don't call it beans. In Jamaica we just say peas, rice and peas. Can anybody tell me what this is? No? No, it's not a wad of manure. It's not. It's not. This is a coconut. And I'm sure you guys have seen a coconut shredded, diced, you know, quartered in bags. But this is what a coconut really looks like after it has been husked with the outer brush of the coconut. This is the shell, right? And there's nice coconut water inside. Well, this is the basis of our rice and peas, and I'm going to show you how to crack it. Okay, so you just want to hold her nice and firm. I just want to give her a little tap, like all the way around, like that. And look, that lovely coconut water. Now, I am keeping this for a reason. And just because I'm in the mood, not always in the mood, but I'm in the mood to share you my little secret. So, you want to continue to crack her all the way around, like that. And we lay our little hammer on the side. And there you are. So just want to tap it a little bit, all the way around, continuously, to get the meat out, right? So I'm going to show you how you get this out of the shell. You want to get a towel and hold it in the towel like so, and then you want to use a dining knife with a rounded edge, and then you want to pierce the knife between the coconut and the shell, and just like kind of like, you know, use your little elbows like this to kind of like get it in there. So you want to do that, and you just keep doing that all the way around, and you just give it a little flick like that, and voila. Again, between the nut and the shell, you want to put that knife in there, and you want to just jiggle it, because you're trying to get the knife in between to dislodge the nut from the shell. So you kind of really want to get it between the skin of the nut and the shell, and you just keep working it that way all the way around, and just give it a little turn the blade of the knife, and you can see that the shell is removed very easily. Now, if for some reason your coconut is stubborn and it's not yielding to your knife, you can stick them in the oven for about 10 minutes on a very high heat, which makes the nut withdraw from the shell and makes it so much easier for it to dislodge. And when you take it out, you can just turn the coconut over and tap it with the hammer, and it will sometimes drop out, like fall out of its own shell, which is very nice too. I've sliced up the coconut in nice pieces, nice chunks, not too thick, not too small, because of course this little baby here is going to process everything and grate it, and you want to put that on a vigorous grate. Now, I wanted to share with you a little secret, and that is I use coconut water when I'm going to grate the coconut itself. Now, most people use the water, just regular water, and they drink the coconut water because the coconut water is refreshing, it's high in electrolytes, and people just love to drink coconut water. They drink it and use fresh water to make the coconut cream. But the coconut water is filled with the coconut flavor, the sweetness, and what it does is it doubles the richness and brings the cream to a whole nother level, and we want that. So I'm going to take it and pour it into the coconut. I never usually give out my secrets, but I thought I'd just share that one with you. I just throw that pro bono. Right. So, and then you want to just start slowly. Now we're going to pour and strain the coconut. And this is how I do my coconut milk. And this will yield you, I would say, about a cup and a half. And this is what's going to take us to the next level of our rice and peas. This coconut cream that I've just manually extracted, I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna taste it. And I usually like to give it a little whirl because coconuts vary in depth. So let's have a little go. God, I just can't. That is so sweet and so dense and decadent with coconuttiness. When the rice cream bursts and splits and hang on to that coconut cream, this is a whole different universe. Now, I know some of you won't go through this laborious task of cracking a coconut, grating a coconut, straining a coconut to make a rice and peas, but ultimately it is the best step to take, because how you treat your food is how it treats you, and how you select your food and the quality of your food is how it treats you. So, you know, if you want to go ahead and buy a can of guar-gummed coconut milk that is lackluster and useless and barely tasteful, then you can do so. I suggest that if you want to do this though and you're an amateur, then what you want to do is you want to do it on a day separate, and then you can store it in bags in the freezer, and then when you're ready to use it, just chip off a piece. Usually we just use maybe about a cup maybe half a cup to a cup of coconut cream to our rice and peas. Shall we begin?